My dear Delilah, having returned from the land of purple, I feel almost certain that I am now ready to tackle Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair. However, my dear Delilah, as I continue to descend down into the deeper depths of Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair, I find myself rather rapidly reconsidering those beliefs I held. After all, my dear Delilah, is it not true that I did not even technically actually conquer the land of purple? In fact, my dear Delilah, if we are indeed getting technical, I did not only not conquer the land of purple, but died there. And if we are continuing this rather humbling bout of technicalities, I not only did not conquer the land of purple, and also died there, but I only even went to the land of purple under the hopes that it would be easier than Skeletron's underground dungeon temple lair. And I can tell you, my dear Delilah, that these fears are not exactly nullified as I walk past the gravestones marking my previous failures down here. And yet, my dear Delilah, I still hold steadfast in one belief, and that is that love conquers all, and therefore, armored with my love for you, I will no doubt be capable of defeating Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair. On the other hand, I did in fact have love the last few times I died here, so maybe love conquers all, but not Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair. And so it still may pay off to be at least a little bit cautious. Having healed up following my somewhat close encounter with death, I have once more returned to Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair with once more renewed conviction that this will be the time that I arise victorious. My dear Delilah, in what is becoming somewhat of a disturbing pattern, I once again have died horribly in Skeletron's underground dungeon temple lair. This time my death occurred at its most deepest, darkest depth yet achieved, which in some strange way might sound like it's actually some form of an achievement, but in reality only really means that the chances of me retrieving my items are somewhat diminished. Nevertheless, my dear Delilah, there still remains hope. For even when things appear most dark, which at the moment they most certainly do, hope still remains. My dear Delilah, there is no hope. All subsequent attempts to retrieve my items from the deepest, darkest depths of Skeletron's underground temple dungeon lair have met with catastrophic failure. But all is not lost, my dear Delilah, for not long after finding myself in this strange dimension of which I feel like I've now been in for at least 16 different adventures, I discovered the recipe to create something most powerful. Since discovering this recipe long ago, I have been both planning and collecting ingredients in order to eventually bring it to its ultimate fruition. And now, my dear Delilah, I feel like it may be the time. And so now I once more return to the killing grounds on my way to Skeletron's underground dungeon temple lair. However, my dear Delilah, this time I march with a goblin battle standard in hand, and once summoned will enter Skeletron's underground dungeon temple lair. But this time, my dear Delilah, I shall do so with a goblin army at my side.